1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hey guys, Olsen Bro here. This is a quick demo of how we clean exterior French pane windows. As you can see on the outside, the easiest way, by far the best way, is by using a water-fed pole and deionized water. So as you can see, we start off by brushing the frames. These are white frames, and there's some. They have a big dog, and he slobbers all over the frame. So cleaning up the frames is the first part. You do a quick brush. And the dust settles on top of those little pieces of wood there that divide the window, so you scrub that off, and then I come back and scrub the actual glass and make sure you just hit all the glass on there. And once all the glass has been scrubbed, you come back up for a rinse and just rinse off that glass. And these are kind of hydrophobic panes, meaning that they don't sheet very well, so I kind of have to go back and forth a lot to make sure the whole or every piece of glass gets touched with that deionized water, ensuring a good rinse on there. And then we just kind of repeat the process. I'll speed it up a little bit, but make sure we get all the frames scrubbed down and then the glass, and then we do the rinse. Alright, so here on the inside, we typically use a little bit of sprayway, and we spray each of the window panes, and then I use a little surgical towel, and I always get the outside of that pane first, and then I rub in the middle in a circular motion like that. And you have to make sure your rag is dry enough to do the buffing. So first you kind of wet it, you scrub around the edges, go around in a circle, then I flip the rag over and I kind of just buff that window and make sure I got any of the left residue off of it. And then of course you have to drop your rag once to make sure that everyone knows you're a professional. And then you do it again and keep on going. So I'll have a little close up here in a minute. Let me speed this up just a little bit. Alright, so here you will see it again. Do a little squirt on each of those panes, and then I use my finger to push up on that rag and get the edges really well, and then again make that circular motion in the middle and buff it. And it's a kind of a tedious process, and you have to make sure your rag is not too saturated, because once it gets too wet it just smears on those window panes. You have to kind of get a feel for it around the edge, wipe it down, and then kind of flip the rag over and buff it and get any of the leftover residue. And if you do this the right way, once you get this technique down, it works fantastic and the windows look great. The guys that I start off doing this in the beginning, they think it's pretty easy. They say, oh, it's like using Windex. I can go and clean windows. And it looks horrible if they don't do it right, which usually happens in the beginning. I have to make them go over it again because typically the rag is too saturated. It's too wet or dirty, and they keep using it and rubbing it on there, and it leaves a film afterwards. So you have to make sure you buff out that film every time. And as you can see here, here's the end result. That cleans up fantastic. There are some scratches on this pane here, which you can see as I zoom in on it. But the panes themselves are clean, and by far this is the fastest method that we have used. You could use a little squeegee. Some guys like to do that. We prefer to do it this way, and I've been doing this now for over 15 years, and in my experience and in my opinion, this is the best and easiest way to do it. So I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, and share.